Falconer Rex, appreciate you being here, man. Super chat is Miami recruiting school versus a coaching school.
As in, like, recruiting is the thing apart from development? Yes, absolutely. 100%, 100%, 100%. And this is what we've been talking about, Miami doing less with more than anybody in the country, because if Miami was able to coach and develop the players like other teams have been, then we would be way more successful. But yeah, this is a team that, you get gourmet ingredients and all of a sudden then you're making pig slop. And then years later, when we're on here, we go through and the retrospective of a class. Well, this guy was okay and this guy was all right, but underperformed all the way up and down the list. Even 4 stars, 5 stars, things like that. And then you get a random Buffalo transfer like KJ Osborne, and he overperforms, what we thought he was going to be. But he was basically, pretty much already a finished product by the time he came to Miami. He just needed a bigger spotlight to be able to prove that. But yeah, no, Miami is definitely a team or a school where, there we go, Nigel Pack, let's get it. This is a team where recruiting far outpaces coaching development. And look, I'm not saying that there has not been any, but remove Gregory Rousseau, right? Which is that's the one everybody's gonna say. But Cam, he was a 6'6", 200-pound receiver safety, and look at him. Fine, diamond in the rough. That was a perfect developmental path. Got it. Remove him from the conversation. Who's another one? And go back as far as you want, guys. 10 years, 15 years. I mean, and if you want to talk about a year of Robert Knowles, his 5th year being, but look, you laugh.
Robert Knowles.
Look, he was terrible for 4 years, and he was solid to above average his 5th year, right? Okay, fine. I'll even give you the 1 year of Robert Knowles. Who else really has stepped up because they were coached and developed that kind of a way? It's not many. And again, you might have a couple few names, to add to that list. But when it gets to the point where we're looking at 1 year of solid play as the evaluation of like development and coaching, that shows to you the issue along that path.
Now, when you look at the current coaching staff, you would think, based on what they've accomplished elsewhere, that is in the process of changing.
One would hope and one would think. Absolutely. All of pretty much everyone on the staff fits that moniker. Kevin Smith, he's developed good running backs at Ole Miss, and I think that the running back room is always going to be a position of strength for Miami. Like him, love him, or hate him, Josh Gaddis has put multiple guys in the league as a wide receiver coach. Don't forget that he was a wide receivers coach at Alabama, with all those South Florida 5 stars that Mario Cristobal got over there for him. Denzel Perryman started as a freshman. Like, he got better, but like he was playing like, hold on, because I got this already open. I'm going to go up here. Come on, Denzel Perryman. 2011. Come on, computer. Yeah, Denzel Perryman had 69 tackles, 6.5 for a loss, and 2 forced fumbles in 12 games as a freshman. Like, he ended up with 108 and 110 as like 3rd and 4th years, but like, that's a guy who came out the gate playing very, very strong. And he was, and another Coral Gables Senior High School alum right around the corner from campus, but like, he hit the ground running. He was a no name. And like, yeah, he got better, but like, the variance in the improvement was lower because he came in already as a highly touted guy who started as a freshman and was very productive. You know what I mean? Like, and even if you want to say he developed over time from 69 tackles to 110, but the baseline is a 70 tackle season as a freshman. That's what I'm saying. Like, You know, but okay, fine. Even if I give you that one, that's now 3. Whereas other teams you can point to and be like, oh, well, this guy, 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 this guy. We don't really have those.
Because I got to think, if you're having successful, not just recruiting classes, but the development of those recruiting classes, and you're bringing in roughly 22, 23 players per class, and let's say, 6 to 8, 10 of those guys don't turn out, and probably were not projected to turn out to be anything more than program players. Then you've got another 12 or 13 dudes, and if you're recruiting at Miami's current pace or like an elite power, with a top 5 type class, then, a handful of those guys, you almost can't mess them up. They're
except for Miami did. That's the other part of it. A handful of those guys you can't mess up. Miami did.
Kind of the 20-80, or what is it? Maybe more like a 20-60-20 rule. 20% of the class, they're never going to be players. Hopefully they can contribute in some way, and then 20% might be a little high, but some of them are going to be players regardless. And then what do you do with the other 60%?
In Miami's case, not a whole lot. And that's where the issue comes.
So I don't know if Falcon or X, I don't know if he's playing with us here when he goes like GOAT status here. Ed Reed and Sean Taylor. But that was a long time ago.
And I mean, like Ed Reed, yeah, he started on the specials and then kind of worked his way into being incredible. Sean Taylor, the only reason he didn't start was because, when he got here in 01, this is the greatest college football team of all time. Even a guy of Sean Taylor's, ability is going to have to sit behind somebody. But he didn't really even sit because we played him on specials. We played him on defense. He just wasn't Sean Taylor, when he first said, but Jaquan and Redwine. Okay, I'll give you that. I mean, but again, Jaquan Johnson, legend in Dade County, 4-time first team all Dade. So even though he's, 5'10" as opposed to 6'2", that's a guy who you expect to come in and play well, even with his physical limitations. But I mean, yeah, he's a baller and been a gamer since, forever. So yeah, he developed, but, and Redwine, I think Redwine more because Redwine played corner because we needed corners, but he was always more of a safety, and he developed into being that and playing well at that area, But it's really just, I'm thinking of development more as the delta change from what I expected from them coming in versus what we got because we improved their demonstrable and repeatable skill on the field. But I would put those guys as down the list, even. I mean, on the list, but towards the bottom, just because or I would put Redwine as more of a developmental person than Jaquan, who was more ready-made and was more similar to who he was all the way through his career. But that's just me.